Well, hello and welcome everybody. The Minnesota Twins, fresh off their victory, are back here today, of course. Last game we beat Colorado, and we saw Glenn Perkins go into the game for a save. And Joe Nathan's first appearance in over almost a week since they acquired him. So that's pretty interesting. We're back at home. We're doing it again here against the Kansas City Royals. It is a 7-10 first pitch. Jason Hamill, who we've seen before, 4-3 record, 3.22 ERA, is going up against Todd Schmidt, the 3-3 starter. At one point had the most wins on any pitcher of this team, and the only pitcher with a winning record. He is now 3-3 with a 4.64 ERA. So we'll see what happens as the 17-24 Kansas City Royals take on your 13-27 Minnesota Twins. First pitch is next. Hello and welcome everybody. Minnesota Twins baseball on the air and online here on the SSN.
Your Minnesota Twins.
Of course, last night this building saw a victory. And here comes Todd Schmidt, and the 2017 Minnesota Twins roster looks a little bit different today. Or lineup, if you will. Luis Gonzalez is in. I know Jesse Peterson is still in. John DiMatteo makes his return, but Todd Schmidt on the season, 8 starts, 3-3 record, 4.64 ERA, 52 1/3 innings pitched, 62 hits, 1.26 WHIP, 4 walks and 45 strikeouts for the starter of the Minnesota Twins. He will be facing a Kansas City lineup that coming into this game only has one hitter above 300 average. Here's Lorenzo Cain. 2 home runs. He is on a hot streak as of late, so Todd Schmidt will start out Lorenzo with a high fastball in there for a strike. 0-1. Of course, Nehemiah Rosu behind the plate doing the catch, and Travis Lee out for today. A healthy scratch, if you will. So there. Over to Peterson. Peterson down to Gonzalez, out number 1 of the inning. So Peterson playing second base, and well, here's Jorge Soler, and then Hosmer, Burns, Moustakas, Perez, Gordon, Escobar, and Whit Merrifield will be the batting lineup. You can see their positions there. John DiMatteo playing shortstop, Jesse Peterson playing second. And here's the highest batting average, actually, of the Kansas City Royals. It is Soler, so there we go. Change up down low. Thought he caught the corner. Umpiring crew, we got Ed Drummond behind, Woody Keller, Clyde Washington, and Earl Hendricks. Third, first, and second. That could have been either or. I mean, it was on the line. Definitely better than the one we saw last night, as here is Soler. Off the wall. Smeagol will misjudge it. That is a double, maybe even more. As there's no throw by Lewis, he will eventually throw it off the mound. So that is a double. So Jorge Soler hits one off the blue baggie out there.
Eric Hosmer.
Right on the action team side. Then Smeagol misjudges it. And it goes over his head. So Eric Hosmer, 6-game hitting streak. The last 6 games, he is 11 for 26. There's a high strike. Or maybe that was the last series. I'm not sure where the 11 and 26 came from. I just saw it on the screen. This one's going right out to Paul Fritchie. Oh, that's Matt Peters out there in left field. Paul Fritchie has the day off. There's Steven Nyland at third, so Matt Peters will glove that one. He spent some time on the DL, as did Justin Lewis. But they are both back. Justin Lewis is back in center today. Leads Royals in stolen bases with 8. Here's Burnsy. Still Jorge Soler at second, trying to get him home. There's Todd Schmidt leaving one across the plate. Slider fouled away. Strike 2. So now he's just got to get him to swing at one. Changeup will do it, but Matt Peters will come in and make the catch, out number 3. So they do get a hit, they do get a double, but still no score. Going into the second inning, we'll get the Twins batting lineup, and we'll see what they do in their half of the first inning. Jason Hamill, seen him a couple times this season. 8 games, he's a 4-3 start, 4-3 record. 3.22 ERA, 51 thirds innings pitched, 42 hits allowed, 107 whip, 12 walks and 40 strikeouts on the season. Jesse Peterson definitely playing better here in this building. Of course, he has 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, batting .319 in this building. And you have to keep bringing it up. I don't see a situation where you don't bring it up. The first pitch of the season, this man, Jesse Peterson, blasted it to left field for a home run. There's an outside fastball catch in the corner by Hamill, strike 1. So a fastball, slider, 2-seamer, curveball, changeup. Nothing we're not used to seeing here. Another one misses. Ball 1. So 1-1 to Peterson. Both have been outside. Both have been 4-seamers, as you can see from the pitch track. Ooh, curveball. Out in front of it looking silly. There's strike number 2. So now 1-2. Brought to you by San Diego Studio, of course, is the pitch track. Peterson wise to lay off that one. There's 2-2 now to Peterson. It is a hitter's count. Or a pitcher's count, rather. Into the shortstop's glove. He throws on. That is out number 1. He really burned the Jets there. Tried to get there. So here's Luis Gonzalez. After him, it will be Justin Lewis, Nehemiah Rosu, Smeagol Axberg, Matt Peters, Demetio, Steven Nyland, and Richard Salty doing the DH, hitting in the number 9 spot. Your inactives today are Thaddeus Rosu, Keith Ryberg, Tevin Fair, Paul Fritchie, and Josh Fitzer are your inactives today. That doesn't mean we won't see them. I mean, pinch hitting for this team later in games has been a thing this season. We'll get Luis Gonzalez's batting information here shortly, I do hope. We'll see what happens here. Gonzalez back right up the middle. Looks like the center fielder has it out, number 2. And now the power hitting threat, Justin Lewis. This team has not hit a home run in about 8 or 9 games now. And if there's anybody to do it, it's him. He's 6th in the American League with a .315 average. Leads the team in home runs at 6, and I want to say he's top 3 in RBIs at 17. So only hitting home runs when there's men on base, apparently, is Justin Lewis. Lewis back up the middle. It is into center field for a base hit. And that average will creep up just a smidge, as from the pitch track you'll see. Good timing, 94 miles an hour. Back the other way. So that's a good classic righty versus lefty there. Oh my goodness. So here's Nehemiah Rosu. One member of the Rosu family is batting today. There's a pitch out, but Justin Lewis isn't moving. He has to slide back to first. He has a .348 average, 1 home run, 3 RBIs on the season. So we'll see what Nehemiah Rosu could do. Two-seamer outside. And it's quickly 2-0. Getting those bat pumps in here. Practice swings, if you will, whatever you want to call them. 11th pitch of Hamill's day will be fouled back straight near the Kansas City dugout. 2-1. He's going to throw back. Boo! Boo! I don't think we're going to see any sort of stealing with Justin Lewis on first base. Inside fastball. He really stood in there. That would look like he was going for his knees. It's 3-1. On deck is Smeagol. He has a .314 average. So battle back. He is now ahead 3-1 in the count. Now, baseball logic says you don't swing here. And he doesn't. It's a walk. And he's going to start off running and then slow his roll.
Right fielder, number 13.
So here comes Smeagol Axberg. Definitely a man who can hit into the double play. 7th in the American League with a .314 average. 2 home runs, 13 RBIs on the season. It's only fitting that he wears his number 13 jersey. The double play ball is ruled out, though, here. Smeagol back up the middle. That will get into center field. And we're going to send Justin Lewis home, and he will score And the Minnesota Twins have a have a 1-0 lead. And that is the second straight game in a row we have scored points in the first inning. So, and that one coming with 2 outs. That is a base hit. And the 14th RBI for Smeagol's season as he hits Justin Lewis across. So here's Matt Peters. Has had some time off. He will hit directly to the shortstop. They'll get the force out at second of Smeagol as his helmet flies off. That will end the inning. So at the end of 1, the Minnesota Twins get 2 hits, 1 run, and lead the game 1-0. The second inning welcomes in Mike Moustakas. 190 average. See what he can do with that. Oh, sorry, Moustakas. My Moustakas. Now, if you're Todd Schmidt, what do you do here? High curveball went back into the zone, and Moustakas goes down looking. What a curveball! That thing was nasty. Here's how the Minnesota Twins will line up. Steven Nyland over there at third base. Todd Schmidt is the pitcher. Jesse Peterson covering second. John DiMatteo in short. Peter Smeagol Lewis there out in the outfield. Nehemiah Rosu will do the catching, and Luis Gonzalez is in at first. Here's Salvador Perez, 195, 2 home runs on the season. Now that curveball was just disgusting. And another one. He's getting good movement on these balls here. Is Todd Schmidt. Wowzers.
1-1.
Waste pitch in the dirt. Now if you can get a good solid... Then he swings on one inside, and Perez is sent down. Strikeout number 47, I do believe, on Todd Schmidt's season. Came in with 45, and he's had 2 since. And the 190 average will fall. Now, you got to think that really just slipped out of his fingers. 1-1 is the count. There is Gordon. Looks like Peters. Oh, my heavens! Athletic play, Matt Peters. The ball was drifting away. He got it. What an end to the inning. No hits, no runs allowed. Twins due up in our half of the second. Jeez. John DiMatteo. First game in a while, I do imagine. 266 average, 1 home run on the season. Looking to hit another one. For a while there, home runs were coming at a premium. But the Twins have since kind of leveled off with the home runs now, getting it done through RBIs and what and such. Foul tipped. Another pitch by Hamill, and another strike by DiMatteo. Strike 2 now. DiMatteo, another foul ball, a little late there. All fastballs so far to DiMatteo. We'll see what he can do here. No, called. Strike 3 looking. So he goes in the strike zone. All 4 pitches of that at bat. Here's how the Kansas City Royals will line up. Salvador Perez, the 2016 Gold Glover, behind the plate. Eric Hosmer at first, Whit Merrifield at second, Escobar, Moustakas, Hamill, the shortstop, third base, and pitcher, respectively. Here's Steven Nyland, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs with a 271 average, of course. Another power threat. Most of his home runs going in the Chicago White Sox stadium. And there's a base hit. First pitch that he sees runs inside. Nobody's on first. They might have had a play there. Steven Nyland reaches first. And here's Richard Salty. 5 home runs, second place, 16 RBIs. And now he is another power threat. The Dogger, as we like to call him here. Ooh, outside slider, and that will make him swing. 1 strike already. So double play ball creeps in now. The Minnesota Twins having some struggles with that double play ball. And the changeup down low gets him to swing. And it's 0-2. Quickly. Oh, Richard Salty swinging for the fence. And that will be strike 3. Another strikeout for Hamill.
second baseman, Jesse Peterson.
You can see he went outside, he went back outside, and then he went up and in. Or up and outside, really. That was out of all 3 strikes were out of the strike zone. So here's Jesse Peterson. Definitely somebody that can get you a hit. Peterson swings for the fences and fouls it straight back. Bottom of the second. Hamill will stay in the strike zone, but that will be a base hit. Jesse Peterson, as Steven Nyland will trot into second. We got our third base hit of the ball game. Fourth, rather. I do apologize. So here's Luis Gonzalez, seeming to be a RBI machine this season. And that is our 4th hit of the ball game. We'll see what he can do here, though. Curveball swung on, and one first baseman will ground out to another. Just a little bit early on that curveball, and that will end the inning. So we get a couple hits, get a couple guys on, but strand 2. At the end of 2, it's still 1-0 Minnesota Twins. Kansas City Royals due up for the top of the 3rd. Another strike. Todd Schmidt gets another strikeout on the day, his 3rd. That's slider, and surprisingly, he's not really getting an ovation. That's just second nature to Todd Schmidt. What a slider. Looks like this one will fall. No, Smeagol with the athletic play. Oh, my heavens. Justin Lewis said I could have got it, but Smeagol's waved him off and said he had it. So, athletic plays by the outfielder, and Todd Schmidt likes that one. He tips his cap as soon as the camera breaks to Lorenzo Cain. So, we'll see what he can do here as he is coming up for his second time. First one, 0 for 1. Fastball fails to paint the outside corner. Just 3 innings. Todd Schmidt misses that one. Not in time, as Demetrio took a little bit longer to get there. And you have kind of a mixed reaction from the fans here. I mean, Todd Schmidt just didn't get that glove down. Otherwise, that would have been an out. But, yeah. That's what's going to happen. Don't worry about it. Jorge Soler is due up. There's strike number 1. Strike by way of foul. Todd Schmidt. Can he do it this time? Demetrio down to first. That is it. Inning over. Gonzalez making sure the umpire knew that he had it in his glove, and that will rest the side. They get 1 hit, no runs. Lewis Rosu-Axberg due up in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Well, 3rd because of the walk. So there's Nehemiah Rosu. Big, deep shot, center field. That's going back. Caught on the warning track, it looks like. Okay, in the grass near the warning track. That was a good hit. For a split second, I thought that was going to be gone, but here's Smeagol tonight. 1 for 1 single in the first. 2 outs now. Bottom of the 3rd. 31st pitch of the day for Jason Hamill. Inside slider, missing terribly. The Minnesota Twins, once hitting a home run, have a pretty good chance to win the game. That's my inner John Madden coming out, but dive will be from his booty. Not in time, as he couldn't glove it from the booties. So Smeagol gets on easily. Well, not easily. He almost got out, but gets on base at least. There was no home runs hit. Matt Peters will ground out to the second baseman, ending this inning. So we get 1 hit on a booty throw. Not able to get corralled, and that will end the inning. Going to the top of the 4th already. This game is motoring. Kansas City due up. Commentators handling the TV side, of course, Matt Vasgersian, Harold Reynolds, and Dan Plesac down here on the field. And Randy Replay takes over the simulcast for you listening on iHeartRadio and watching on the SSN. So, pretty good shout out there, I do believe. Right down Broadway was the first pitch fastball. He likes to go fastball first pitch and then set up down low, does Todd Schmidt. But he goes high, gets him to check his swing. It's in there anyway. And that is the beauty of Todd Schmidt, ladies and gentlemen. Able to change speeds, change locations as the waste pitch outside 1 and 2 now Slider got him! The breaking ball working for Todd Schmidt here, as that is his third strikeout on a breaking ball. There goes the runner. Rosu's throw not in time for the speedy Burnsy. So stolen base leaders, that bumps Billy Burns to 9 for the American League. I'm not sure if it's the American League or if it's for Kansas City alone, because it's all Kansas City players up there. And I know Luis Gonzalez has 3, and I didn't see his name listed, so must be just for Kansas City as, excuse me, shortstop, blanking on the name, will get it and throw it down to John DiMatteo. Will throw it down to Luis Gonzalez for out number 2. So, very, very weird. He's stealing third. And we don't get him. He might go home. No. He will not go home. So that is the first time this season the Minnesota Twins have allowed somebody to steal third. And with Burns' speed, you have to utilize it, and they did there. Of course, the throw to Nyland was off. He has had his struggles over there. So now, a base hit will score and tie this game up. That is fouled back. Nehemiah Rosu will not leave his knees, and Todd Schmidt just needs one more to get out of this inning. And he doesn't get it. There is the run scored, and it is now tied 1-1. Todd Schmidt maybe being a little bit too predictable, as Perez happy about getting on base. Here comes Alcides Escobar. Down, and that will be another putout, and that will end the inning by Luis Gonzalez. So they get a couple base hits, and they score a run. It's now tied 1-1, each team with 5 hits. Going to the bottom of the 4th, and the Minnesota Twins due up. Steven Nyland 1 for 1, singled in the 2nd inning. You have to see Steven Nyland play here. And that is another base hit. He's 2 for 2. When he's in the game, he gives such a good outing. I mean, he hit 2 home runs in a game in Chicago earlier in the season. I do believe one of the earliest series. And if you haven't seen it yet, I do hope you go back and you watch it, because that was just something to see there. Here's Richard Salty. Caught by the second baseman. He hit it right to him. And here we go. Resets, and the throw. High pop up. Runners are going to be waved around. That will end the inning. Oh boy, so end of the 4th, going into the 5th. Merrifield, Kane, Soler due up for the Kansas City Royals. Very important that you use your skill position, guys. It's Gonzalez. Tries to tag him, but he will slide back to first. So Gonzalez with the out. That one is left up. Justin Lewis not going to be able to get it. This could be a ground rule double, and it is. So now they have people on 2nd and 3rd with 1 away.
Eric Hosmer.
Getting back to the old ways are the Minnesota Twins, as Eric Hosmer 0 for 2 struck out way back in that 4th inning. The count is now 2-2. And there is a base hit. This could score 2 here. It will not, as Smeagol throws in. And now they have runners on the corners.
Now batting, the designated
So 2-1 Royals.
Billy Burns.
Here's Billy Burnsy. If you remember, he stole 2nd and 3rd last time around. Now, if you're Todd Schmidt, 1 out, you need to keep this ball low. He does. And the Minnesota Twins turn 2 despite having the fastest guy in the American League running. And it's a double play to end the inning. Lewis over the head of the shortstop. That will be into the gap. but it'll be cut off by the left fielder, and that will be a base hit for Justin Lewis. Swinging with authority now, and ooh, he just missed that one. Pretty good situation, but the Minnesota Twins would be in, but it is now 0-2. And Nehemiah Rozu hits in to the double play to end the inning. So back-to-back innings are ended on double plays as the end of fifth. Still 2-1 Royals, Minnesota Twins. Back on defense when we come back. Maybe could have gotten that one. I don't know why he stopped there in right field, did Smeagol, but just kind of gave up on the play, but he winds up getting him on the inside fastball. Strikeout for Tad Schmidt as he takes a bow. Todd Schmidt taking a bow. As you can see, this is on the inside part of the plate, not even on the plate, really. It's 3 inches of break. Fouled away. Todd Schmidt finding himself in a lot of 0-2 holes and a curveball gets him. Curveball made not Moustakis. The batter looks silly out there. That will end the inning. Bottom of the 6th we go. Minnesota Twins due up. Now we're going to have to check, but here's Smeagol, 2 for 2, 2 singles. We're going to have to check, but I do believe that is number 50 on the season for Todd Schmidt. Number 50. Smeagol back up the middle. First pitch he sees into the biggest gap I've ever seen here on a baseball field. And we do have one man on, a leadoff single. Demetrio down the line. Throw to second is there. And he's safe at first, so we avoid turning 2. So get Smeagol out to force out at least at second, but Demetrio beats it out. Of course, the only way to redeem this is if you're here at the stadium listening to the simulcast, so it's got to be something. So it's foul territory, left field, Matt Peters, another play right up against the bullpen bench, and those fans over there are giving him the ovation he deserves. Randy will give him a little ovation here. He's had some good plays here today. Here comes Lorenzo Cain as we will do just that now, it looks like, as Phil Hughes will start warming up in the bullpen. Of course, Buddy Boucher's. There's a steal. Gonzalez, just missing on the tag. Higher than you would like to see. So we'll see what they do here. No steal. It is a blopper down. Todd Schmidt will have to throw on to first. He does. Gonzalez. That will end the inning. So on one of the weirder plays that I think I've ever seen.
It's time for the traditional 7th inning
Well,
stretch.
really quickly, we'll get to your Caribou code as the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Fitting how the 7th inning stretch is your Caribou code. Yeah, spring stretch down here to the Caribou booth outside of the broadcast booth, and we will get you 10% off your Caribou order. Getting back to what I was saying, that weird play, Richard Salty will ground to the third baseman. He'll throw on to first, out number 1. The infield fly, Luis catches it and then almost gets the tag as the guy steals, so that's very interesting. Here's Jesse Peterson, 1 for 3. If we would have turned 2 there, that would have been incredible, but no such luck. So here comes Jesse Peterson. Peterson. Fair ball going towards the corner. His speed. This could be 2 or maybe 3. Throws coming in. We will not push it to 3, although he could have made it with his speed and the throw being off. Hindsight is everything, though, as Jesse Peterson gives this team a spark. A 1-out double, and here comes Gonzalez. Another RBI/double machine. And that will be the end of Jason Hamill's day, as you see the coach coming out. He'll give him a couple claps, and the ball gets transferred hands. Excuse me. So we'll learn about the starter. Tyler Lyons, we've seen him a lot. 17 games, 3-0 record, 0.74 ERA. Gonzalez. Ooh, does he have the speed? No. So that is out number 2. Good dive there by Moustakis. And just like that, that is the end of Lions Day. Joakim Soria will face Justin Lewis here, obviously going for that lefty-righty righty versus righty, sorry. Matchup. 9 games, no record, 1 save. Using their closer here? I don't understand what's going on here. Either way, Justin Lewis is up here. And we'll see what he can do here. Lewis. Big fly ball to right field. This one is caught near the warning track. That will end the inning. Leaving the bat, that really looked good. But just caught it out there near the warning track, so it puts the inning away. Phil Hughes will come into the game now. Todd Schmidt goes 7 innings, and he gives up 10 hits and 2 runs in this one. Just a mound. Nope, not a mound's visit. He's pulling them. So here is Phil Hughes. 12 games. He has a 3-0 record. 1.31 ERA. 34 1/3 innings pitched. 23 strikeouts, surrendering good numbers to left-handed batters. They're stealing. Don't get the double, but they will get the single as the runners advance to second and third, respectively. Rosu wants something inside. There's the obliteration. That will be into that driveway. Oh, my goodness. Cutter down low. Demetio to Gonzalez. Inning over. So we get out of the big chance there. A lot of foul balls. One going into the driveway. Bottom of the 8th inning. Minnesota Twins do up. Rosu, Axberg, Peters. There's Smeagol. 3 for 3, 3 singles. Oh my goodness. Going for a 4 for 4 day here. Of course, if that happens, go to Domino's.com. You get 4 large pizzas. $4 each tomorrow. Limit 2 toppings. So there you go. Minnesota Twins. It's called the 4-4-4 deal. And it will appear that he does it. 4 for 4, 3 singles, and now a double. Yes, he gets in there sliding even though he didn't have to. Wowzers. Domino's tomorrow. 4, whatever I said, 4 large pizzas, 2 toppings, $4 each, boom roasted. That is something that this team needs. And now Brian Flynn will come in 11 starts. He has a 0-1 record. Now this is the 4th pitcher of the day. Slider in there. 2-2 count. It's getting really loud in here. And he strikes him out! Phil Hughes, his first strikeout on the day.
The batter, number 15, second baseman, Whit Merrifield.
Kane will pop out. Yes, to Justin Lewis. That will end the inning. And so we go to the bottom of the 9th and maybe some Metrodome miracle action. We'll see. Bottom of the 9th coming up. 2-1 Royals. The Twins do up.
Your attention, please.
Here's Kelvin Herrera.
Kansas City.
11 games, 1 save. Or 11 games, 1-0 record, 8 saves. So 3 blown, 10 strikeouts, surrendering good numbers to the batters. So I'm not even too worried about this. Steven Nyland, 2 for 3, 2 singles. He's one of the good hitters I was talking about. We'll see what he can do. Fastball, changeup, slider, fastball, curveball.
Number 33.
Nyland fouls the first pitch away he sees. And that was a low changeup. High fastball taken. Ball 1. 1-1 now. Curveball swung on. Good contact. This one is gone. Steven Nyland home run ties the game. It looked like it was going to hit the wall, so I didn't even know, but it's right below me here. Hits the top of the wall, and Steven Nyland is hit one over the back in right field. And this is your Metrodome miracle, ladies and gentlemen. Steven Nyland, 4th of the season, 405 feet off the top of the bag. He gives thanks and he goes towards the bench. Steven Nyland ties the game up for the Minnesota Twins. Oh, that wasn't even off the wall. That was off the not even the press box, the suites over there. So here's Richard Salty, another one. A walk-off home run chance. Curveball missing wildly, not even anywhere near 0 for 3 ground out of the 7th. We're going to leave him in there, so it's 2-2, bottom of the 9th, no outs. To Richard Salty. He will, looks like, ground out to the second baseman. He has an 0 for 4 day, but my goodness, what a hit by Steven Nyland to tie this thing up.
Jesse Peterson.
Uh-oh, here's Jesse Peterson, 2 for 4, doubled in the 7th, hit the first home run of the season on the first pitch of the season for the Minnesota Twins. Peterson, home run! Game over! Oh my goodness! 9th inning drama in 2 straight games of this game. This stadium is the whoa, that was weird. This stadium is the rocking. Jesse Peterson, your walk-off home run, everybody down. Touch them all, Jesse Peterson, touch them all. Walk-off winner. Oh, my heavens. Curveball right across the plate. I am just dumbfounded. From the moment it left the bat, everybody knew it. Oh my heavens. What a win. The stadium is still rocking. We had to turn down the microphone volume. It is louder than ever in the Metrodome tonight. Jesse Peterson getting interviewed. 5 at-bats, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 double, 1 home run, the game winner. And Josh Fitzer and Thaddeus Rosu playing jokes. Excuse me, on the eventual game winner, Jesse Peterson, your tops player of the game. There you see the stat line for Jesse Peterson. We'll get you into the final line scores. This stadium is still rocking. There's still a lot of people here post-game. Ooh, wowzers. 3-2, Minnesota Twins, your final 12 hits. And we'll get into this final line score here and get you back to the main screen to preview tomorrow's game against these Royals.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Twins, 3 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. For Kansas City, 2 runs on 11 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 52 minutes.
So here we go. With the screen overlay I'm looking at, you can see a lot of people still out there in left field. They are as stunned, as shocked as I am. Minnesota Twins, 8-game losing streak, snapped yesterday. Then they come back, and in the same fashion, they get the win in the 9th inning. Well, yesterday was the 8th inning, but late game drama and a hashtag Metrodome Miracle. Please use it on social media. As Randy Replay is trying to get it trending here. Player of the game, Jesse Peterson. He went 3 for 5 with a home run. The game-winning home run, I might add. It was a double. RBI scored a run. Steven Nyland, the other mentionables here. Steven Nyland, 3 for 4, also hit a home run. RBI scored a run. So 2 home runs in the 9th inning will give us the lead. 3 for 5 and 3 for 4, Steven Nyland and Jesse Peterson. Steven Nyland, 3 for 4 home run, RBI scored a run. Smeagol, 4 for 4. 3 singles and a double RBI. Justin Lewis, the other mentionable, 2 for 4. The winning pitcher of today's game, Phil Hughes, will get the win. He climbs to 4-0 and is now the winningest pitcher in Minnesota Twins baseball this season. And with the pitching rotation the way it is, do you put, now, knowing that he has the skill set, do you put him in the starting rotation? We've been talking about the last three games, but I do believe they do put Phil Hughes into the starting rotation now. He only pitched 2 innings, but he got 1 hit allowed, no runs, no earned runs, and 1 strikeout. Although Todd Schmidt did not allow a run until the 4th inning, I think you take a chance because there are some guys in the starting rotation, like I'm blanking on his name. I know who it is. We'll get into that when we get back to the main screen. But for now, let's go over to Kansas City. Billy Burns with 2 stolen bases. He also went 2 for 4, scored a run. Jorge Soler, 2 for 4, both of them being doubles. Whit Merrifield, 2 for 4, scored a run. Eric Hosmer, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Kelvin Herrera, one of the 6 pitchers used, he falls to 1-1 on the season. Blown save, I might add, his 4th. Just pitched 1 out. Allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, and 2 home runs. 2 of them earned. No balls, no strikeouts. We're gonna get into the game recap, and we're gonna go to the box score. Let's see, 12 hits in the game. Home runs by Nyland and Peterson. Todd Schmidt had 6 strikeouts. That puts him at 51. He's right behind Nathan Reichert. Phil Hughes had 1 strikeout, 7 total strikeouts in the game. We're going to get you back to the main screen, look at the pitching rotation situation I was talking about, and then we will get you ready for everything Twins versus Royals in the second game of this series. The Minnesota Twins win 3-2 in dramatic fashion. And fans, like 20 minutes after the game is over, they are still here supporting this team. I can't believe it. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in just a moment. And hello and welcome back to sort of the main screen. Nathan Reichert has 53 strikeouts, has not pitched for over a week. In that time, Lance McCullers has taken the lead with 65. Chris Archer with 54, Chris Sale with 55, and then Justin Verlander with 61. So if Nathan Reichert is to stay or be near the top, he's got some work to do. He's good for at least 6, so he could be at 60 by the end of this game and be in that 3rd spot. Of course, he does have the perfect game on his rap sheet. Only 5 walks, 53 strikeouts, and then right behind him is Derek Fahey, who is one of the pitchers I need to talk about, and then Todd Schmidt at 3-3. Todd Schmidt should have gotten the win, I feel, but rules are rules, you know? He did a very good job today. Either way, the Minnesota Twins, 2.5 games back of the Royals in the bottom of the division, 14-27. The Royals are 17-25. We have them for 2 more games. As we look, Ian Kennedy with a 3.77 ERA, 1-4 record, will go up against Nathan Reichert with that 2-for-5 record, 3.55 ERA here today. Now, as we get into the pitching rotation, Kyle Gibson was the name. 0-for-4 with a 4.97 ERA. Do you switch for Phil Hughes, who has a 1.24 ERA, 4-0 record? He does have the stamina to go 9 innings, and you look at his pitches, they're just so systematically placed. Look for them to do this, because right now, this team needs a backup to the best ace in baseball, in my opinion, Nathan Reichert. Derek Fahey is another guy with an over 5 ERA, but they cannot give up on him. He's proven himself to be good. And then they have Irvin Santana, who was on a hot streak despite his 5.40 ERA. So everybody right now around, with the exception of Kyle Gibson, around 50 strikeouts on the season. 51 for Todd Schmidt, 48 for Irvin, 51 for Derek, and 53 for Nathan. Of course, that perfect game really did him in. So if you have not seen that, I do hope you go back and see that, because that was a thing of beauty. So Kyle Gibson for Phil Hughes, they're the same overall. Another left-hander, Phil Hughes, in the rotation would be very good. Although the last 2 games of pitching has been very good, but I think they make the move this week. And then we can have another long reliever with that 85 stamina. So it's not up to me, though. I'm just the guy that reports on things, gives my 2 cents, and hope that the coaches and, personnel will listen. Once again, before we let you go, the Minnesota Twins victorious in the divisional game against the Kansas City Royals, 3-2. Phil Hughes gets the win, his 4th of the season, and Calvin Herrera will pick up the loss, his 1st. Another blown save. This has been Twins Baseball. Randy Replay, hoping you'll see us in the next one.